Welcome, victims, to the Horr-Gasm podcast, the show where the serial killer isn't coming for you, you're coming for them. I'm Nick, and this is my co-host, Allie.
Boo!
Thank you for joining us wherever you are.
Oh, it's finally summer.
Well, yeah.
Summer-ish.
It's super spring.
It's Canada summer.
Get the 1 month of spring and maybe 3 of summer and then the rest winter.
Yay!
A little bit of fall.
It's like, I've already gone out and done yard work, cleaned up the whole yard, and it was like plus 14-ish. Burnt to a crisp.
I did too.
Yeah. Just because that's what you do, because you get almost no summer, so you just have to make do when you have it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a responsible thing to do. You know? Just enjoy it. What else is there to life? You know, when you get so much winter, you just have to enjoy.
Yeah, we get a shit ton of winter here.
Yes. And, like, I'm fine with the snow. It's when it's, like, super, super cold. Thankfully, this year we didn't get a cold snap till, like, the end of the year. But, like, when it's cold, it's just, ugh. Because
then we also got, like, the March, April snow showers. So...
it, like, snowed, like, a bajillion feet. Oh, my God.
It did. Well, it's Canada.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's also so Canadian of us to talk about the weather.
Very. Very, very Canadian, eh?
Oh, that's what it's all about, though.
That's what it's all about.
I was on TikTok the other day, and they said that Americans can tell Canadians because of their accent.
Yeah, we have one.
What?
Yeah.
How?
We're just awesome that way.
I've never heard an accent. Like, other than, like, a southern drawl or something in the States.
Well,
I don't think we sound different.
We do.
Interesting.
Like how you can tell the difference between British and Australian accents.
Well, yeah.
But they're still speaking the same language.
Right.
You know, and it's kind of the same thing a little bit.
Is it? So I think those are very distinct noises. Like, the different accents. Like, those I can tell apart pretty easily. Same with, like Chinese and Japanese and Korean. Like, I can tell those accents apart pretty easily because of the different clients we get with different ethnicities. So even I can tell the different, like cultures apart like that. And, like, Scottish and Irish. Do not confuse them because it is very offensive.
Yeah.
But it's nice, like, working where I work because it's so multicultural and we have so many different clients that you can kind of start to tell where people are from, but it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
But I don't think we sound any different.
We do.
Maybe to the untrained ear or something, I don't know. Or you have to listen, or the super trained ear.
Yeah, super.
Super. Yeah, because it's definitely not me.
But, like I told you just before we started recording, for Talking Chop, I heard recently there were some big plans to do a TV series on HBO of Hellraiser.
That's awesome.
And it's not a reboot, it's not a remake, it's a continuation. It's part of the previous movie's lore.
Okay.
So it's a part.
So are they going to bring back, like, Pinhead and everything?
I think so. I'm not sure yet.
Interesting.
It's kind of like how Ash vs. Evil Dead was part of the movies, but it's like a continuation.
Right.
It adds to the story.
I love that show. We've talked about it. I've talked about it on length on this podcast. I love that show. I thought it was so good.
I did too.
Because I'm interested, of all the movies, like horror movies that we've watched, Hellraiser, I think, is one that would be so interesting to do modern day, just because of the gore and, like, the ideologies behind it.
Yeah. I
think it would be really interesting to do modern day.
Yeah, like, you've seen the first 3. You haven't seen any other ones. And there's a few other ones. The first 4 were good. The others, they went a little too, I don't know how to explain it. Less gore, less shock, more plot.
Okay.
And it plodded along. They weren't as good as the first few. Yeah.
That's too bad. I really liked the first 3. They were interesting. Yeah. And just the thought behind it is so cool that I really liked it. I loved the one where they were in the club. Was that the 3rd one?
Yes.
I loved that one. That one was, like, roll fucked up.
And they bring that back to the base, like the tower.
Yeah.
The
it's like a block.
Yeah.
Kind of like a statue.
After 3, that gets brought back a few times.
Awesome.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a good way to, besides using the cube all the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that they have more than one way to do it. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that especially because of the amount of gore. The first one was with Frank, right?
Yes.
Okay. The amount of gore that they use in it, I thought was just so well done.
I agree.
If they update it, oh.
But if they update, they'll probably throw in, well, for TVs, I don't know if they'll do too much CGI. But,
really? Because especially with HBO, like, when I think HBO, I think, like, Westworld and Game of Thrones. That's pretty CGI and nudity and, like, gore-heavy.
Yes, but... I'll wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
I expect good things. I love the series. I love the franchise very much.
Yes.
But I just... I'm not going to jump in and go, oh, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I'm curious what they're going to do. Like, from what I've read and heard, like, it's going to be modern.
Okay.
Like, Pinhead's going to be a police officer or, like, something like that.
Interesting.
So, I don't know. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with it.
Yeah, I think it could be cool, especially if they do, like, a TV show. If they followed around, like, different... you know how they have all the different kinds of... what are they called? Cenobites. They have all the different kinds. By the third one, they have a bunch of different ones. I think it would be interesting if you kind of, they could follow each of them, like, I don't know, attacking a victim or whatever they do.
Or start with Pinhead, have him become Pinhead, and then have him recruit, like...
Right.
What's your pleasure?
Yes.
So.
Yeah, I think that it's, they could definitely go places with it. That would be awesome.
And also, there's now talks of doing a Chucky TV series.
Awesome! I haven't seen the new one. I think it's on Netflix.
I've heard mixed results. I've heard very mixed reactions to it. I've heard good.
Interesting.
I've heard bad. I want to see it.
Yeah, it's on Shudder or Prime. It's on one of them.
It's on Prime.
Yeah, it's on one of them because I've added it to my list. It's got to be Prime because I was just on it today.
Yeah.
And, like, I love Aubrey Plaza. She is, like, my life. I love her from Parks and Rec. And Mark Hamill playing Chucky, I think, could be awesome. So, yeah I'm excited. I think it's going to be... Well, I haven't seen it, but I should. I should just watch it.
I should, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have the resources.
We do.
I just haven't been... With this whole quarantine thing, and now I'm technically back at work, I haven't had time, really, to enjoy.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
Yeah, I want to hear Mark Hamill's take on Chucky because he's such a good voice actor. He did Joker perfectly. In
I was going to say, it sounds a little Joker-y when he does it. Like, he doesn't have, and again, love Mark Hamill. He's like my favoriteest ever. But he doesn't have a ton of ranges, I don't think.
You haven't heard enough of his work then.
I mustn't.
He's got a good bit of range.
Because every time I hear him, he sounds a little Joker-ish. Like, even in Dark Crystal, when
I was just thinking that. Because I remember hearing that, I'm like, I know that voice.
Yeah.
I know that voice. I couldn't place that first.
Yes.
And then later on, I'm like, oh, fuck, it's Mark Hamill.
Of course, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, it's just a little, it's like nasally almost he goes. But it's like, it's such a good voice.
Yeah.
But it's just a little Joker-ish to me, I think.
I think he threw it in there just for fun, just because.
For sure.
But no, I've heard other. I forget what he does. He's done a bit of work.
Yeah, he does a ton of voice acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some parts he throws a bit of Joker, other parts he doesn't, and he does a great job at all of it.
Yes. Yes, for sure.
I'd look it up. I don't want to. That's a future talking chop.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what else I'd like to see as a TV series. I'd like to watch the Friday the 13th series that was like the 80s or 90s.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with Jason.
And there was a Nightmare on Elm Street series 2.
Was there? Was it the same sort of thing?
And that's now also in talk of, I don't know about TV series, but being rebooted into a movie. I think a movie, it could be TV
Nightmare
series.
Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yeah.
Didn't they already try to do that and it was horrible?
Yeah. You haven't seen it yet.
No.
No, we've been meaning to, and I haven't got around to putting you through that.
Yeah, well, you talked it up so much. I want to do it so badly.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes.
I don't know. I think the Friday the 13th remake was a lot better.
But I love Friday the 13th. Like, it just grows on you. Like, I even loved, like, Jason in Space. Like, that was great.
That was a good one.
It was! And, like, normally space and time travel are the two places that movies go to die. I liked it. Hashtag Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in space, I'm just saying.
Well, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in time.
Sure.
That was the third one. That was a wretched pile of garbage.
Yes.
And yet, as a kid, when I first heard about it, I was so excited.
Oh, as you do.
And then we rented it and watched it. I'm like, yep.
Listen, I remember being so excited for Spy Kids 3D, and I still regret that.
Some movies we get so amped up for, and then just dreams shattered.
Yes.
Hearts broken. Like
yes.
Like as you will hear
later
on.
Speaking of dreams being broken.
Yeah. So we were supposed to do Poltergeist. We amped it up. We're like, we're doing Poltergeist. This is going to be great. It'll be original. Awesome. We love this movie. We got a request.
Hooray!
We had a request from Rachel, one of our victims, our lovely listeners.
Yes.
Have you guys seen Phantasm? Let's try Phantasm. Please review Phantasm.
Yeah.
So we're like, you know what? Our victims, we love them.
Yes. They're number one.
Yep. We'll do a little switcheroo. We'll do Poltergeist later on. We decided to do Phantasm instead.
Yes.
Oh dear.
And it was a movie we watched that might have had a plot, might have not. I'm still not convinced.
I'm still trying to figure this movie out.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
I don't get it. It was all over the place. It was filmed in 1979. Released 79.
Yes.
Same year as Alien.
Yes.
Which comparing the two, Alien was far superior.
It's like apples and oranges.
It's like apples and a chunk of wood. Yeah. I didn't like Phantasm, but we'll get into it later.
Yes.
It was just a very different movie. It was very of the times.
Yes.
We got a 13-year-old boy who was driving, drinking, swearing, peeping on people, his brother having sex.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh dear. This was just a different movie.
Yes. I feel like if we did drugs and watched it, we might enjoy it more.
Maybe if we do the sequels.
Just saying.
We may have to for the sequels. They had 4 sequels after this. And I heard...
How?
It's a cult favorite. Not everyone. A lot of people like this movie.
Yes.
A lot of people like this movie. I can see how, but I don't get the fear of it. I don't get the scariness.
No, and some of the scenes were voted as, like, scariest scenes, like recently. And I don't know how. Like, when Mike's being attacked in bed, like, in his dream. When the hands come out and grab him on either side, and he's like, brrr. Yeah. What?
Maybe
did we watch the same movie?
The tall man just creepy, like... Again, I don't want to get too far because we're going to do a review, but there's one good kill in the movie.
Yes.
There's a good bit of boobs.
Yeah.
As I went through trivia, the actress, the lady in Velvet.
Yeah.
She didn't want to show her breasts, so they had a boob double.
Yeah. That's how you know you've made it, when you can get a boob double.
Yes. Yes. We didn't. Some women don't do that. Holly Berry, thankfully. Mm-hmm. I remember. I don't know. Do you remember? What was that movie? Oh, with Hugh Jackman.
Which one?
Hugh Jackman, Holly Berry. It's when she first bared her breasts.
Oh, Swordfish.
Thank you. That movie got so much attention because Holly Berry showed her boobs, and she was a big star at the time.
Boobs!
And then she went on to Monsters Ball, which she showed a lot more than boobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I think she won an Oscar for that one.
Yes.
But I prefer Swordfish. I like that movie. It's a good movie. It's got Hugh Jackman, Holly Berry boobs. But she's the actress who didn't need to have the boob double.
Right.
Whereas the girl in this one, she's like, nope, I don't want to show my boobs. Boob double.
Which is fine. Like, I think that it's a personal choice, and you totally don't have to if you don't want to, because there are people out there who they'll just do doubles. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's like a big deal, but yeah, it didn't really add anything to this movie though. Like it was, I still don't get her whole like who she was.
She was just an alternate look of the Tall Man.
So we just were like, what when he wanted to get it on?
Yep. We want to lure in some fresh meat. He turned to a woman.
Knife boobs.
Yep, turned to a woman and would participate in very, very awkward sex.
Oh, with broken backs. Oh, that was good. That's when we knew we were in for it.
Right at the beginning too. I don't know how a woman can ride a man while her legs are flat out back on top of him.
Yes.
If you can do that, you are amazing.
Proud of you.
That's impressive.
Oh no. Well, should we get into it since we're already talking about it?
I guess we'll have to.
So, like we already said, this week we watched Phantasm, which is a 1979 movie directed and written by Don Coscarelli. I feel like I got that pretty spot on.
That's pretty good.
Thanks.
And it was suggested by Rachel.
Yay!
Who threw us a nice little message. Hey, would you guys like to try Phantasm? And means you kind of dropped everything.
Yep.
Like, sure, let's throw it in there.
Rearranged.
That's fine.
Yeah, we like that. And we would prefer requests over our silly old brains anyways, so bring them on.
Please, like if we haven't done it already, give us some suggestions. There's some that we haven't even probably considered.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of B movies out there. There's those who are more not as well known.
Yes.
There's those who are known and they're known as just like bad or good.
Yeah.
Please, victims, give us some ideas.
Yes. Because we're open to it. We'll watch. Listen, after watching this, we'll watch anything.
Yeah.
Like, like we watched Christine. Like we're made of steel over here. So don't even worry about it. Oh, but Nick, how did you hear about this movie?
Oh, I don't remember.
Because neither of us were alive.
No, true. I'm sure I stumbled across it when I was younger, going through my horror movie lookings.
Right.
In the old VHS store. I kind of knew of it, but I didn't pay much mind. I thought, this sounds boring. I thought it was more about ghosts. Fantastic.
Sure.
There's nothing about ghosts. I remember when we were doing our little look for movies to review and just went on like a spying spree at the movie store. I grabbed that because hey, 5-in-1. It was. I knew of it, but I didn't know what it was about.
Right.
I just knew this is a horror movie with this tall man and this silver ball that flies at you and stabs you in the face.
Well, the tall man is very iconic. Like I knew about him before, but I had no idea what the movie was about. But you know the guy.
I didn't.
Interesting.
I've seen a little bit, but he never really came onto my radar as ooh scary or I gotta watch this. It never came in.
Sure.
I don't know. I just never had an interest to watch it, or it never did a thing for me.
That's interesting. Yeah, I saw like I get emails and stuff from a different clothing companies and whatnot. You know, merch selling horror companies, and Phantasm is a huge one. The silver ball and the tall man, and he's always making that face with like a lifted eyebrow and looking all creepy. And I was like. And everybody's like, oh, Phantasm's great. Phantasm's awesome. You should watch it. So I actually tried to watch it. I told you this about 6 months ago. I tried to watch it. And I got, like, up to the first time Mike breaks into the mausoleum. And I'm like, this is not good. I'm just going to stop and maybe pick it up another day. Maybe not. And I didn't. And now I know what I was missing, and it wasn't much.
Yeah.
But it's just kind of It's too all over the place for me is kind of my problem, I think.
And for me as well. There are quite a few pros in this I will talk about.
Yeah.
But the story was very hard. Like, they threw in random characters out of the blue.
Who the fuck is Myrtle?
I don't know. She just she just appeared in the house.
Like, all of a sudden at the end of the movie, they have a maid.
Yeah.
She hasn't made an appearance literally the whole movie.
Maybe she was Jodie's little love, concubine there.
Like, who is she?
Maybe her and Reggie got out there going, I don't know who this woman is. She just appeared out of nowhere. And he scared Reggie. Reg's like, and I'm like, who the hell's this?
Yeah. Oh, it's just Myrtle.
Like,
duh.
Like, some scenes, like when the tall man is putting the coffin into the back of the hearse. I swear, it's raining.
Yes.
And we got everyone's around him. It's all as clear as day.
Yeah.
Mike is spying on him because that's what Mike does in graveyards. And it's not raining.
No.
But he's zooming in. And I swear it's raining.
It's raining.
See, I guess when it came out, it was seen as more of an independent film.
Right.
It's not a big budget one.
Yeah.
It made a good bit of cash.
Right.
And it became a cult classic, like Evil Dead. But I prefer Evil Dead over this any day.
Yes, but Evil Dead has a solid story, I think. Like, this one, like, we just watched it. I still have no idea what was going on.
And you don't get any answers. And again, I don't like movies that do that.
Yes.
I don't.
Like, I'm good with leaving a couple things open. Totally, by all means, don't explain everything.
Yeah.
But give us something.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just...
Well, let's do a little bit of the actors here. There's only a couple that are important.
That we care about,
so we got Michael Baldwin. He plays Mike.
Right.
The young, annoying kid.
Mm-hmm.
Bill Thornbury plays his brother Jody. Reggie Bannister plays Reggie.
Right.
I love when they pick the characters and give them their same first name.
Yes.
It's kind of funny.
Yes.
Kathy Lester plays the lady in lavender. And where is he? Angus Scrim. I love that last name.
That's a good one.
Plays the tall man.
He sounds like he was made for horror movies.
Yep. So Myrtle. Myrtle's the maid. She was the maid.
She's the maid.
They used her real name.
Oh.
That's
well, there you go.
Wow. Okay. And that's the cast.
Myrtle.
It's a small cast. Nothing too major.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Oh, well.
Those are the characters. And I guess we'll get into the
I guess we should just do the review.
So, this film begins at Morningside Cemetery.
Right.
Where we meet Tommy and the lady in lavender getting it on.
Oh, yes. This is where she's breaking her back, too.
Yeah, so we gotta get a look at her legs. She's basically on top of him. The legs are straight.
Yes.
We cut to them, and we got boobs right away.
Yep.
And she's in a riding
She's
position.
like sitting, yeah.
Now, how do you sit with your legs back straight? And you cut back to legs straight.
Yep.
And Tommy's having a good time.
Yes.
He's enjoying himself. And all of a sudden, we get boob knife.
Yep. Yes. And
Pulls the knife out. It's so funny. She's holding one hand, holding a boob.
Yep.
And the other hand's a knife.
Yes.
And stabs Tommy. Tommy's dead.
Yeah.
He died happy, though.
Yeah. Died like how he lived.
Yeah. So, and as we find out, the lady in lavender, just before she stabs poor Tommy, she turns into the tall man.
Yes.
So, tall man used as like a disguise to lure, I don't know. It's, again, we don't know.
Not explained.
No. So we go to the funeral, and we got Tommy's friends, Jody and Reggie, and they believe he committed suicide.
Yes.
And there's also Jody's younger brother, Mike, who I guess he...
Is the town peeping Tom?
Yeah, he's this weird kid. I guess he freaked out, and we found out that Jody and Mike's parents passed away earlier.
Right.
A couple of years, I guess.
Yeah.
And Mike freaked the hell out. Like, he can't do death or funerals, whatever.
Yeah.
And it never comes up again.
And he, never leaves Jody's side because he's scared he's going to leave him.
Yeah. And he kind of says he is, too.
Yes.
It's terrible. So Mike sneaks in. He drives his motorbike through the graveyard, over the graves. Like, this is a little shit.
Yes.
And he kind of sneaks in and he watches the funeral.
Yeah.
And also we got Jody going to see his parents' funeral spot in the mausoleum.
Grave, yeah.
And old tall man shows up and he grabs his arm and kind of spins around and says, "The funeral's about to start, sir." Like,
Yep.
He doesn't talk much in this movie, but he's any scene that tall man is in. It's very Game of God of War.
Yes.
Anytime the tall man is in a scene, though, he owns it.
Oh, he's good. Yeah, the actor who plays him is really good.
Yeah, great choice for actor. So we got the funeral. Mike is watching it through binoculars, which he keeps adjusting, which just bugs me. And everyone leaves, and Tommy Southern, he watches the tall man pick up the casket.
Coffin, yeah.
And just by himself, like Terminator.
Yeah.
And puts in the backseat and drives away.
Yeah.
And Mike's kind of freaking out. He's like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, he literally mouths "what the fuck" twice. And
so he goes, and we got a bit of little backstory with the characters. Jody's kind of, I don't know, he's got this little Mustang muscle car. He's planning to take off and leave. Mike with his aunt. We find out Mike's kind of different. Yeah.
Likes to work on cars.
Yeah.
Seems to be a thing.
Does. And he goes to some girl's place.
Like a fortune teller's house.
And he gets his fortune read, and it's weird. Like, there's a few Dune references to this movie. Like, he puts his hand in the box, which is like just right from Dune.
Yes.
And the girl's like, "Don't be afraid," and he's like, "This hurts. Get it off me." He's like, "Don't be afraid." Or no, don't fear.
Yes.
Don't fear. Don't scared. Like the grammar is just god awful.
Yes.
And it's weird. Like the grandma's got like psychic powers. She can make the box appear, disappear. She talks to her granddaughter telepathically or something.
Yes.
It's again and that's all we see him.
Yes.
They don't come back.
Well, then the kid right after this wanders into the mausoleum. Yeah. And then we never see her.
She screams and she's gone.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's it.
And that brings another. And that starts with my whole what the hell is going on.
Right.
This movie does a shit job at explaining or following up.
Yes.
And they should. Like, you could have had the grandma kind of contact him, saying, like, "My granddaughter's gone, help her, save her." Like, she doesn't get saved.
Yes.
She gets left.
Yeah.
So.
That's it.
Whatever. So, moving on.
Yeah.
Jody's at the bar, and of course, Mike's following. Cause that's what
always.
He does.
Yeah.
He kind of hooks up with the lady in lavender.
Yes.
So they go to the
graveyard.
Morningside.
Yeah.
Morningside graveyard. And they start getting busy.
Yes.
Boobs come out. We got more boobs.
More boobs.
And again, Jody and Mike, of course, the Peep and Tom both go, "Wow."
Yeah.
Boobs. And her and Mike are just getting going. And Mike hears, her and Jody getting going. And Mike hears like this wrestling behind him. So he goes and investigates. And it's like a little Jawa.
Yep.
Some little person in a robe.
I was reading it was actually like they used kids as actors.
They did.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And so he chases them. And this is such a dumb scene. We got Jody on top of Girl Lavender.
Yeah.
Mike just running, screaming by him.
Yep. And Jody has his pants undone and underwear in his mouth.
He's got her underwear in his mouth.
Yep.
She is pulling his pants off, trying to get busy.
Yep.
He gets up. He's like, with panties still in mouth.
Yeah.
Mumbles, "That was my brother. I'm going to go get him. Stay here."
Yep.
Runs after him, pulling his pants up. Catches up, and Mike can't explain to Jody, "I saw something. I don't know what it was, but I saw something." Jody's like, "Dude, I'm trying to get laid."
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
Mike's like, "Well, better go save her then, because that thing was probably going to get her too." And so Jody's like, "Go home, take to his 13-year-old brother. Here's the keys. Drive home."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta go check on the girl. So just get home.
He goes, and she's gone.
Yes.
Whatever. And so he goes. They go home.
Yeah.
And he goes kind of tries to follow up and ask at the bar.
Yeah.
And
next
the
morning.
bar's called Dunes.
Yeah.
Again, another Dune reference.
Yes.
Why? I have no clue. But
Ichabod's enjoying her calm too much.
She is. A little too much. So, yeah.
Yeah, so he goes and asks the barman. He's like, "Hey, did that girl come back?" And he's like, "Oh, too much for you to handle, hey?
Yeah. So Mike then he decides, I'm gonna go do more investigating. I'm gonna go into the mausoleum. So he sneaks out, literally breaks a window, goes in, snoops around. He sees the tall man and the janitor.
Yes.
Kind of dick around. He's hiding in a coffin.
Oh, that was the janitor.
Yeah.
I see.
And he kind of follows in the mausoleum, and the janitor catches him.
Yes.
And he's holding him, and the sphere, with the pointy things, comes flying around, and just as it's going to get
Mike,
he bites the janitor in the arm, which draws some blood. Janitor pushes him away.
Are you sure that was blood? It was pretty pink and soupy.
It was something.
Something came out of the janitor's body.
And the sphere embeds itself into his forehead.
Yes.
And drills into his head.
Yes.
And there's a hole in the back, and blood starts squirting out.
Yeah.
Not too different from the merman in Cabin in the Woods.
Yes. That was great. Yeah. I love that movie.
And janitor dies. Mike, he runs out of there. He gets chased by the tall man.
Yes.
Which is a kind of funny scene. He goes to leave, tall man shows up, and any move that Mike makes, tall man makes, and he gets close enough and he just books.
Yes.
To the right. And tall man chases him, and he gets down to where he came in from, slams the door on the tall man's hand, mind you.
Ugh, yeah, I forgot about that.
And he has a knife with him, cuts the fingers off. Fingers are moving, so he grabs one in his pocket, leaves the knife, I guess.
Yes.
And takes off home.
And there's like this orange goo that shoots out.
It like orange, like crush soda.
It's gross.
And so he runs home, and you see him on the stairs with a shotgun.
Yep.
And the finger in a little box.
Like a sealed box.
Yeah, like he has kind of pinned shut.
Yeah.
And Jody wakes up, he comes on stairs, and he sees the shotgun, takes the shotgun, unloads it.
Yes.
And Mike's like, you gotta see this. And he shows him the finger.
Yeah, and it's like oozing orange goo.
And it's wiggling still.
Yes.
And Joey's like, okay, I believe you. Because before, he's like, you're full of shit.
Yes.
You got some bad imagination. Whatever. So now he believes him. And now they're like, hey, we'll take it to the authorities.
Yes.
We'll do it in the morning or later on.
Mm-hmm.
And when Mike, he goes to
he goes to grab the finger. He's like, okay, well, let's go.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, let's go. We're just going to take it and we're going to go.
And he wants to look at it, and this weird, like, fly with teeth and eyes show up and pop out.
Instead of the finger.
Yeah, it turns into, like, a fly thing.
Yeah.
And
jumps on Mike.
He crawls around his head. He puts into his jacket, and he's fighting with it.
This is one of those comical scenes where, like, he throws it into a jacket, and so it's like he's, like, obviously wrestling with himself, kind of.
Yeah. And then Jody gets involved, and they're both wrestling with it.
Yeah, bumping into stuff and tables.
Downstairs. And Mike's like, oh, garbage compactor. Like the
carburetor. Yeah.
Toss it in there, grind it up, and Reggie shows up.
Yeah, he's
Reggie,
like...
who's also the ice cream man.
Yay!
And likes to have weird, out-of-the-blue little guitar solos.
Yes. Oh.
They have a little song on it. Just random guy kind of shows up. I don't know. This is a fucked up movie. So Reggie's like, what are you guys doing? And he's talking. I don't know. He's just kind of loud about Reggie.
Yeah. Oh, I got it's going to be really busy today, and the kids aren't going to be out of school till after, and do you want to come ride with me, Mike? And it'll be fun. And Mike's just kind of like, and then he's like, what's going on? You guys are acting weird. And then all of a sudden the fly jumps out of the carburetor and it's
jumps onto Mike again. And they both grab it again, throw it back into the carburetor, and they stab the fuck out of it.
Yes.
And I guess kill it, because Reggie's like, what was that? So Reggie's now part of the group.
Yes.
He's going to help them out.
He's into it now. He knows what's up.
So Joe decides, I'm going to go to the cemetery alone.
Yeah.
But he gets chased away by dwarves again. Like, he breaks in again.
Yes.
And these little dwarves, like, they're like Jawas.
Yes, they're in the, like, brown robes with the tall, like...
Hoods,
yeah. And you can't see what they are. No, they have really gross fingers. That's all we see.
One jumps on Jodie's back, so he shoots with his handgun, and he runs away.
Yes.
And he then gets chased by the hearse.
Yes.
After telling Mike, "Don't follow me," Mike follows in his Mustang, his monster truck, and they have a little bit of a car chase, and Jodie shoots it with his shotgun and blows it up.
Yes.
Stupid. And they go and they check after, and there's a dwarf that's been kind of impaled by a tree and it's still kind of moving. They pull the hood back. It's Tommy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tommy became a little person. And is a zombie little person.
Yes, a 3-foot tall zombie.
Yeah, so they call Reggie. Reggie comes with his ice cream truck. They throw the dwarf Tommy to the ice cream truck, and they go back to Mike and Jodie's house. They're from Myrtle, the maid, out of nowhere. Oh my goodness. So they decide you gotta defeat the tall man. Jodie again sends Mike off with Sally and Sue.
And who are these people?
I think they're just banging Jodie on the side. Apparently he has a girlfriend. I don't know. He's a very loose fellow. And so he's going to go and kind of confront the tall man.
Yep.
Mike freaks out with Sally and Sue because he sees an old picture of the tall man.
Yeah, they go to an antique shop. Yeah. And he sees this old picture, and then the picture starts moving and looking at him.
Very Harry Potter.
Very Harry Potter-esque. And he's like, we have to go home right now.
Just this little brat. And so they're driving back.
Yeah.
And
they start driving him,
And they come across Reggie's overturned ice cream truck.
Yeah.
So Mike, stop the truck, pull over, or stop the car, pull over. He goes, checks it out. No Reggie, no Tommy.
Yes.
Hauls back in the car. We gotta go back home. And of course, someone's at the door. They're trying to scratch and get the door open. They do.
Yeah.
And then
Susie's like, "Who's that?" And opens the door.
Again, a very weird scene. The little dwarf zombie people jump in. There's 3 of them.
Yep.
And they attack the girls, and they attack Mike. They throw him through the back window.
Yes.
As they drive off while the girls are screaming.
They yeet him right out the back.
Yeah. I don't know how that's possible. I don't know how they drive.
No.
Whatever. This movie's so fucked up. I'm going to say that a lot of this movie.
Yep.
And so he kind of runs back home after getting thrown out of a window.
Yeah, he runs a lot. He runs all over this place.
He jumps out of a lot of moving vehicles too.
Yeah, no wonder he's so skinny.
Yeah. So Mike escapes, and the girls get caught, and Reggie really don't know where he is. He's either dead or who knows. So Joey's back at the mausoleum to kill the tall man. Mike, again, they get back at home. Mike gets locked in his room. Jodie leaves again. Mike uses a bullet, or a shell, a shotgun shell to
MacGyver.
He MacGyvers a shell so he can bust open a hole in his door so he can get out.
Which is so strange. He puts a tack in a shotgun shell and then just hits it, tapes it to his door, and hits it with a hammer. Yeah. And it creates this huge hole.
Just enough for his hand to go through and pull.
Yes. I would like to see the Mythbusters on this, let me tell you.
So
he's off to the Morning Star, doesn't he? Try to run there then? Yeah,
so Joey goes back to he goes back for the tall man. And And just as
Mike's about to leave the house.
Go help him, tall man appears, grabs him, and throws him in the hearse. And takes him to the mausoleum too. Mm-hmm. Mike, he decides to... He has a handgun.
Yes.
Why doesn't he shoot the tall man? I don't know. Shoots the back window, shoots down, and somehow hits the tire. Yes. Jumps out the window as the hearse crashes and explodes.
Yes. As you do.
As you do. So he goes into the mausoleum looking for Jodie. The Silver Spear appears and chases down Mike until Jodie shows up and shoots with the shotgun. Yeah. Blowing it up, which I'm like, well, that's the best part of the movie. Yeah. I like that thing.
Does a big red poof.
It goes poof.
Poof, poof, poof.
And Reggie shows. They find Reggie, who is hiding in the coffins for some reason. How he got there? Again, how to get there? Fuck, I don't know.
Who knows?
And so they all go to this one room, which I don't know how Mike knows about, but it's the same one that the girl goes into and gets grabbed and taken into. Yep. Open the door, and it's bright white in there with all these canisters, and there's 2 silver pole things. Like, I don't know what to call them. They're like just...
They look like poles, basically.
Metal things.
Yes.
And
all these barrels.
Yeah, which we find are filled with the little people, little dwarfs.
Yeah.
And Mike's playing with the metal parts. Like, he puts his hand between them, it disappears.
Yeah.
And he plays enough, he gets sucked in.
Yes.
And he's flying through, and it's red, and he's kind of flying.
Yeah.
Looks down, he sees all the dwarfs and canisters on this, like, sandy planet.
Yeah.
And then he gets grabbed by his brother, pulled back in, and he explains how the tall man uses the dead people to...
She can't even see anything.
Barking for no reason.
Yeah. She's mad about the movie.
She's mad. So Mike kind of deduces that the tall man, he takes the dead bodies.
Yeah.
Throws them in the containers.
Yeah.
And puts them into like the portal to his planet. And it gets the gravity so hard, so much gravity.
Yes.
That it shrinks them.
It shrinks them. Yes, exactly.
And it's hot there. So he kind of, they're slaves.
Yes.
The dwarves are slaves. They're just doing his work for him.
Yeah.
For what? I don't know. It's not explained at all. But, yeah.
So he's an alien, I guess.
Yeah.
And these dwarves are his... Zombie dwarf slaves.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
So
that's the explanation we're getting, guys.
That's the best we're going to get. And after we find that out, there's a power outage.
Yes.
And Mike's like, oh, I got lighters. And George's like, well, light it up. Lights it up. And there's a dwarf, grabs Mike. We basically go through insanity ensues.
Yeah.
Jody's outside somehow. Reggie's left inside, and Mike disappears.
Yes.
Reggie, he puts his hands on the two bars like he did earlier with his tuner.
Yeah.
For
with his guitar tuner. Yeah.
And just as he does that, the lady...
The boob knife.
Yeah, boob knife. She's just about to stab Jody.
Yes.
And just as, Reggie puts his hands on the thing, she's like, oh no, I'm in shock. And stops, and she kind of falls down.
Yes.
And this big, like a suction, like a vacuum starts.
Yes.
All the containers being pulled in. Reggie kind of fights his way out. And even it's outside too. So he gets out of the room, no wind. No. When he gets outside, wind.
Yeah.
This movie's all over the fucking place. So during this storm, Reggie gets stabbed by the lady in lavender because Reggie's a horny fuck.
Yeah, well, he goes to check on her. She's like down, so he goes to check on her because he hasn't seen her before.
Yeah.
So he goes to check on her, and she's like, hey. And
she stabs him. He gets stabbed.
Yeah.
And they go and check on him, and they're like, oh no, Reggie's dead. We gotta kill the tall man somehow. And like, hey, there's the... suddenly there's a mine shaft.
Yes.
Which they'll mention until now.
Hey, remember the old mine shaft? It's like 1,000 feet.
Hello, plot device, just out of nowhere. We'll trick him. And so, again, Jody takes off. Mike follows. Oh no, the tall man's chasing Mike again.
Mm-hmm.
So he leads him to a hole of the mine shaft, which I guess drops thousands of meters down.
Yes.
That's a pretty deep
yes.
shaft. And as he jumps over like the
pit,
hole, the tall man falls down. He's holding on, and Jody triggers a rock slide. These big rocks, boulders come and kind of knock him down and plug the hole.
Yeah.
And like, yay, we did it. And then Mike wakes up in his bed. And he's still freaking out about the tall man. And
it was all a dream.
Yeah. Reggie's alive. Apparently, Jody died in a car wreck before. And Reggie's like, okay, let's go in a car. Let's go for a trip.
Yeah.
And this is very creepy.
Yes.
This gets a little creepy with the whole part. But so Mike goes up to pack, and the tall man breaks into his bedroom through a mirror.
Yeah.
And pulls Mike inside the mirror. The end. Now, this ending is very similar to Friday the 13th, or not Friday, Nightmare on Elm Street, the first ending. Where, he pulls, I think, the mother or Nancy through the door.
I don't remember. But I remember the scene, but I don't remember who it is. Yeah. But it is like one of those common horror tropes where it's like, oh, everything's fine. We're fine. You're fine. Just kidding, villain's back. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, like I don't get where they went with this ending where it was a dream. But
was it a dream? So Jodie's dead.
It's weird because Reggie was dead. No, Jodie's dead. Reggie's alive. I don't know.
Who's alive?
Mike. He's in all the sequels, so he must be alive.
Yeah, Mike's alive.
And Reggie is too. Jodie, he's gone. So I don't know. I really don't know what's going on. This movie is so all over the place.
And like I can appreciate movies that are like the plot's kind of iffy and that kind of stuff. Like I feel that, but you need to have something else to complement it, like really good acting or really good special effects or something like that. Like
boobs
if you
aren't good enough.
No, and not enough. Like if the plot is shaky, you really need something to fill that spot because I can deal with a shaky plot. That's fine. But, like, it was just a shaky plot, subpar acting. Good music, though.
The music was...
Gotta say, the music was great.
I had to stop and tell you during we were watching it. The music, the plot is all over the place. The plot's garbage, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. But the music worked. It was very good mood-setting music.
Definitely.
It set the tone. Music, top-notch.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Tall man's acting, top notch. Didn't have to do much, just look intimidating. He did that great.
Yeah, the one scene where he's chasing, in quotations, Mike, and Mike's actually running, and he's just kind of like lumbering towards him. That was awesome. I like that part. But then he starts running after him, and that's like, kills it.
Yeah, he's got a very funny walk.
Yeah.
Very, very different.
Well, and I was making jokes that, like, from Game Grumps, we both watched Game Grumps, and it's like as a human would, sort of like an alien. And then it turns out he actually is an alien. Yeah. So there you go. That's why he acts so weird. Walks so weird. Talks so weird. Yeah, it was a pile of hot garbage. It's too bad because, you know, when you hear so much about something and people just love it, you want to love it too. But it was too much. Too much.
It was too much all over the place. It was not a single thought. It was one thought and then 3 more.
Yeah.
And then, oh wait, I got 7 more to throw on top of that. Take away 2, add 7.
Yeah. Don't tie anything up.
No. Like, old lady who can appear, make things appear and disappear. Fuck her. Whatever. Yeah. I don't care.
She was here. She did her part. Good enough.
Exactly. Like, Myrtle the maid, let's throw in one scene just because this place is clean and these guys are jerks.
Yeah. Let's let her scare some people.
Yeah.
Why?
It just... no.
I know. It's too bad. It's really, really too bad. And I'd be interested if the other... But this, again, is really highly rated on IMDb. It has a high rating. I don't know how.
I thought the sphere with the pointy things would be more featured heavily.
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yeah, no. It's... Yeah, and then I always feel like it's a cop-out when it's, you know, they go through all the effort of making a movie and then you wake up and it's all dream.
Yeah.
It's like, but why? I don't want it to be.
Like, I can't even put to words just how clusterfuck this movie is.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, it's almost like, you know, like, well, we don't want to have an ending with Jodie alive. Let's have him dead.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we need someone with the kid. Oh, let's bring Reggie back. It doesn't make sense.
No.
If it was a movie, cool. Or not. If
it was a dream. Yeah.
Okay then.
But wake him up with the auntie.
Exactly.
Because then it would make more sense. Like, okay, you know, Jodie's gonna leave him in quotations as in die. So, you know, he'll leave him with the auntie. Like, okay, I can feel that. I can get behind that.
Instead of having the tall man show up and just grab him, have him walk down the street and give him that stare.
Yes.
And then you think, well, what's going on? Like, that's more of a...
Or, like, have Myrtle throughout the whole thing, too, and she could be the auntie or something. You know what I mean? And that's why she's there.
Even throw Mike in a psych ward.
Something
that would make sense. Because if his parents' death screwed him up, and Jodie's death would have just sent him over the edge.
Yeah.
Throw him in the psych ward. Have him just so out of it because he's so out of touch with reality.
Yes.
This was his getaway.
Yeah.
And he just made this thing up in his head. Maybe the tall man isn't an alien. Maybe
right.
he has to go with. Maybe he's going to preys on creatures or people in like this sanitarium.
Right.
They could have had a whole fourth act of him just in the sanitarium trying to figure out what's real, what's not. Mm-hmm. His brother's dead. Reggie isn't even a thing.
Mm-hmm. Like or Reggie's another patient there or something. And then, like, what I always think is, like, this tall man could just be, you know, like the warden of the psych ward, you know? And that's just how he reconciles it in his brain, is that, you know, you just, you know, like in dreams, like, you've actually technically met everybody in your dream that you've ever had. You just kind of add them in because you need supporting characters, right?
Yeah. So I was in something similar. People say to try and make like cartoons, like old 80 cartoons, and make it very dark and twisted. I had the same idea for Inspector Gadget.
Oh, yeah?
And it'd be the same idea as this. So we just talked about how Penny's the main character.
Yeah.
She's with her Uncle Gadget because her parents were police officers who were killed by this mad terrorist group. And her uncle, Inspector Gadget, was this guy who just made toys all the time. He was always tinkering.
Right.
And she's so screwed up because her parents are dead and all that. She's in the psych ward, and that's her escape from reality is the cartoon itself. Like Dr. Claw is her doctor in the psych ward.
Fun. And
she doesn't really see his face because he's always, you know, got like a mask on or something.
Yeah.
And he always wears like a cap with him or something.
Right.
I find that would make sense.
Right.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like this could have gone somewhere if they moved a few things, added a few things, took away a lot of things. Yeah. It could have gone somewhere. And I think that's why it's so disappointing. It's just, you know, in this day and age, you just can't, a movie can't be supported with no plot.
No.
And not good acting and that kind of stuff. Like, it needs more.
Yeah.
You know, movie watching's evolved, so you actually need more to a movie these days, I think. I don't know.
I can see where the cult status of this
comes
from because it's all over the place, and it's just a very oddball movie, and some people like that.
Yes.
Not me. Like,
no.
I have my own weird, like, you know, movie flavor, but this one is not it.
No. Does not hit at all.
I give it, and I'm being generous, 2 stars.
Yeah.
2 Horr-Gasms out of 5 because one is the music. The music did great.
Yes.
You know, I take it back. One is the tall man. Mm-hmm. He gets a full Horr-Gasm. Half Horr-Gasm goes to the music. Other half goes to the boobs.
You know, that's exactly what I was going to say too. Like for word. So this didn't do it for me, and I can't pretend like it did. Sorry.
Now, I haven't seen the sequels. Maybe I'm hoping. I'm praying. I'm hoping the sequels are a little more linear, a little more. They make sense, and I'll eventually give them a shot. We'll do more.
Yeah.
I have them all. I have 1 to 5. Mm-hmm. We'll give them a shot. Down the road, not for a while. I need a good palate clean for a year plus.
Yep.
Unless Rachel maybe suggests more of them, or another victim says, "Hey, we want you to suffer more.
Yeah.
Watch the second."
Yes.
Then we're watching the second.
So it's up to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we are victims. Well,
yeah.
We'll see
be gentle on us.
So you also give it 2, you said?
Definitely 2. Same thing for the music, the tall man and the boobs. Yeah.
Yeah. What about Ichabod's Kill the Flick?
Oh, well, that's an easy one. There's only one really good part in this whole movie, and it's when the janitor dies.
Yeah, that was such a good kill.
Yes, even though it's weird with, like, the consistency of the blood, it goes from, like, goopy goo to, like, red water squirting out. And
how the blades, like, it's almost... I thought they go right into his skull. No,
right.
They went to the side and pierced the skin a bit. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And that was done really well.
And then the drill right in the bridge of the nose.
Yes.
I'm like, okay, I like that.
Yes.
It had good effects, good sound. That was good.
Definitely the best part of the movie.
I like that. That was really good. A good kill, good practical effects.
Definitely.
A good, decent kill.
Yes. I agree 100%.
That was a really good part in this movie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was the most sane part of this.
When someone dies.
Yeah. And again, though, did the janitor know that the tall man was an alien? Was he in on it?
I'd say so.
I just, again, Too many questions. No answers.
Yeah. Yeah.
None.
Yes.
None.
None whatsoever.
Sad.
I don't know if we're ever going to get... Maybe I'll read the synopsis for the other few movies tonight and see if we get any answers. That might be my homework.
Yeah.
And next week,
we're gonna kick off old horror. We have a name for it.
Yeah.
Classic
yes.
horror month is kicking in.
Woohoo!
For May. So we're doing the originals.
Yes.
I'm talking
like original.
Bela Lugosi.
Yes.
Dracula.
I'm very excited.
That's our first one. We're doing Dracula, Frankenstein, The Mummy.
Yep.
And then I think The Invisible Man.
Yes. I think. What we're hoping for. So
I'm sure I have it. I have a nice collection of 30 plus classic horror movies.
Yes.
We'll see what I got. We might even change up the last one.
Yeah, and so that'll be something. I haven't seen any. Have you seen any of them?
No.
Awesome. So we're gonna do a month of classic horror movies and kind of cleanse our palate. We've been watching more recent ones. I guess this one's a little more older, but it's nice to get something different.
And this is old black and white. This is
like origin of horror movies.
Old school.
Yes. I love it. I'm very excited. And thank you for joining us. This episode was brought to you by our executive producer, Ichabod. We hope you enjoyed your Horr-Gasm as much as we did. Don't forget to rate, download, and subscribe. Also, like and follow us on Facebook at Horr-Gasm Podcast, Instagram at Horr-Gasm, Twitter at Gasm Horror, and YouTube at the Horr-Gasm Podcast. If you have a movie you'd like us to review, this is the best way to let us know. We hope to see you again next week because we have such sights to show you. Plenty of Horr-Gasms for you to experience. Bye!